Welcome back, everybody. So glad you could be here with me today. I hope you're having a great day. As I mentioned in the last video, I sharpened up the Temple Tools 50mm or 2-inch iron, and I have since installed it in my number 4 smoother. The thickness was okay. It's got a really fairly snug mouth opening now. Don't know if you can see it or not. There it is. And you ever notice when I come up to the camera, there's little circles in my glasses? That's because of a ring light. And I squint, that's because of the bright light. I would like to replace that ring light, but it's all I got right now. So, I honed this iron, as I usually do, and then polished it on the 8,000 grit Waterstone to perfection, as you can see. And if the static electricity doesn't fight me too bad, I might get a thickness reading, but I'm guessing already that this is about 1/2 of a thousandth. Yeah, or below. We'll try another piece. Now I will say this much. The iron is beautifully made. The blue steel, we lost it. Blue steel is hard. Blue steel is very, very hard. And as I mentioned, I used every grit of Waterstone. I can't even get this to uncurl. Here we go. Here's a section. I used every grit of Waterstone that I have to sharpen it. And there's still 2 little places on the back side. Yeah, that is less than 1/2 of a thou that I can measure. And it is leaving probably the finest finish that I have seen in a long time. It is ultra smooth. Now, granted, it's right off of the stone. Let's put some scribbles down here so I can see where I'm planing. All right, I'm barely taking a shaving, so I'll advance it a little. A little bit of lubrication wouldn't hurt. You can see I'm getting nice feathered edges. I have ever so slightly cambered the iron. And I've got it set pretty tight with the chip breaker. There. Just about all the scribbles are gone. A little bit over here. There, all gone. And I probably could camber that just a little bit more, because I am getting one plane track. On the left side. Let's try that now. Okay, I think that adjustment got rid of it. I don't see it anymore and I don't feel it. But wow, what a finish that is. Oh my goodness. So I guess the question comes, is the cost worth it? I have always said that I can do just about everything with an old standard blade that came with the plane. And that is true. However, if you wanted to make an investment in something special, I would make it for your finest quality smoother that you have. So for me, that would be my Clifton. However, that would be a 2 3/8 inch blade. The benefit of putting it in a number 4 instead of a 4.5 is you have a little bit narrower path, a little less resistance, and you can get in tighter places. So you would have to make that decision, but to make the investment in one plane, I definitely suggest it. Now, if you can't afford the Temple tool, there are a lot of other options out there for high quality plane blades. So you make an investment one time for one tool, and the rest of your tools you use with their standard blade that they came with. You follow me? Wow, that's amazing. Under a half of a thou. Head over to Temple Tools, if for no other reason, to look at what they got. If you have any questions, send them an email. And if you want to save up your pennies for a special blade for your number 4 or your number 5, this would be the one. I mean, Hawk blades are beautiful. IBCs are nice. The Magna Cut is a durable steel. But when it comes to keenness, I don't know if anybody can match that blue steel. That blue paper steel. This is just, I'm sorry, it's smooth. Hope you found something useful, helpful, maybe entertaining. Like, subscribe, and share, and head out to your shop. Go make some shavings as thin as you can. Walter out.